Hey all, welcome to the official, what is this called?
The SMG4 Ferris podcast.
Yeah, that will do. Welcome to the official SMG4 Ferris podcast. We're going to talk about SMG4, believe it or not, and theories about it, and our general thoughts on the series, in general. I just use general types. Yeah, and before anyone asks, because this happens all the fucking time, this is not my voice reveal. Right, everyone always says, oh, that you know, I've used my voice for 2 years at this point. Anyway, just getting out of the way. I'll let you guys talk.
Alright, well, hello. I'll also just do my intro as well, why not? Welcome to the SMG4 Ferris podcast. We're joined with two of the, basically well-known SMG4 Ferris, or the most iconic ones that I know of anyways.
I'm kind of like the odd one out here, like 3,000 compared to like 15,000.
Yeah, it's 3,000, but the thing is, you run a channel with like 6,000 or 7,000 nearly, and you've made tons of actual good theories, whereas basically the majority of people are always like doing hit and miss stuff and stuff like that. So us three are basically like the main trio.
Yeah, I would say that, because obviously, Magari, you have a small channel, but I'd consider you the face of the SMG4 Ferris. Like, you know, obviously the only other person missing would be Sibbles, but they left ages ago.
Like if Sybil was here, Sybil would be in the bottom right. I have a list of my own things, and so does Magari and Nonal. I'll put that on screen right now.
I didn't really cover this. I didn't prepare for this.
It didn't prepare that much, but he's got some like baseline thing already sorted. Yeah, you've got like a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
So, you know, the start. So obviously, you know, I think they've started building up to, because, you know, obviously they do the Warp V arc every, you know, since 2020, it's been an arc before Warp V or some sort of storyline. And so I think they've just begun to build that up with the Marty thing. I mean, they kind of started it with the end of the meme factory, where Mr. Puzzles is like, I want to get revenge. I think that's where it sort of really started. But I think it actually started with, you know, the build-up began with the Marty video last week. I mean, on a recent SMG4, I don't really feel like they've had like any substance, like a theme to it. But, you know, maybe the theme will be revenge. It seemed like his next plot would be more focused on revenge rather than, you know, getting his fame and his power. And maybe he would recruit other characters who, you know, past villains and stuff, who also have a grudge. This was just like an idea I threw out. I didn't expect it to actually happen, but then the Marty thing happened, and that's like, wait, that actually lines up, because not only has Marty been brought back, and like he was one of the villains I suggested bringing back, but also like now he's also motivated by revenge as well. Like they made that pretty explicit. Like now his motivation had nothing to do with revenge previously, but now it does. And so, is that actually what they're going to do? Are we going to get Lawyer Kong next week? Is he going to come back? What in Revenge 2? Because that's the other main character I mentioned. The other one would be probably Zitar. You know, the star, the Black Star. Z-Star. He would be the other guy I'd bring back. But what I think is going to happen is that at the very least, Marty and Mr. Puzzles are going to team up. Wait, at very least, I think that's what's going to happen. And that they'll be the main antagonists. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's what I think is probably going to happen.
I mean, like, yeah.
No, you go first. You go first.
Like Mario and like Marty teaming up. I mean, that's kind of what happened in like What V 2023 as well, when Mario and Marty teamed up against SMG4 and SMG3. But for like What V, I'm just gonna like say all this. Like McCormick said in his epic shorts, Marty could have escaped from prison with the help of Mr. Puzzles. I mean, it would explain the reason. I'm reading off a script right now, by the way. It would explain the reason for how Marty is now in a wheelchair. And it could also be the person who's in the helicopter, like Mr. Puzzles is in the helicopter to get Marty out of the whatever. But like, we can't be 100% certain that this will be a what video. Like, all we can say is that the continuation... Wait, hold on, what? Okay, my script isn't 100% like clear. But like, yeah, I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Well, I think it is going to be a What Fee because it's this time of year. Like, I don't know how they'd fit something else and a What Fee in at this point. It would have to be What Fee. That's the only major video that's going to come out the rest of this year. Especially because we're already like almost at September. WotV 2020 came out in August, and so yeah, I think it's 100% going to be WotV 2024.
Like, hold on. When do we all think WotV is going to release?
Wait. So was it in October that 2023 came out?
Yes.
Was that
October
one?
20.
So I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna release in the same month because they usually don't release in the same month. It's either gonna be September or November.
I mean, I'm thinking early October. I mean, like, it's not normally that it doesn't happen in the same month. It just doesn't happen near the same time of the month. I'm just thinking early October, October the 5th. But if it does release on October the 5th, that's a day after my birthday. So I'm like, what the?
Hey, yeah, I'm thinking it's like the end of October kind of to the start of November. So the dates that I have is the 19th, 26th, or the 2nd of November. So reason why is because it has actually released in November, and I think it was on the 2nd as well, or I don't know which what year it was, probably 2021.
It was 2019.
2019, yeah, 2019 was November, and I just don't know, the theme of how the WotVs were going is they were going from August to delaying into September to then October, that kind of thing. So I feel like it'll be, because of the team they have now, they'll be able to maintain it so they won't have to delay it any further than like they usually do. So it'll be staying around October-ish like it has been. I think it was October 22nd or something last year or something, right?
In 2023 is October 29th, I think.
Yes, something like that. And then 2022, what was 2022?
Legit don't remember.
It was October, but I can't remember when.
I'll search up real quick. Wolf Italians.
October 16th.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're
I was wrong then. They 2022 and 2023 released in the same month.
Yeah, and they were like kind of stable in between each other. So it'll be probably 26th of 26th of October is my like solid guess on it.
Yeah, I guess I forgot, but like another reason why I'm certain this like Marty thing is gonna lead into the WotV is because it's Marty, and how it's War of the Fatalians, and so having Marty on the enemy team justifies the name.
Yeah.
And so that's the other reason.
I feel like halfway through the WotV, I feel like Marty will understand the thing between the two. So like Marty's a villain right now because originally
he's not just a villain, he's a terrorist.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, he's that. What I'm saying though is like from War of Italians 2023, the reason why Marty even did any of that stuff in the first place was because Mr. Puzzles tampered with the printer machine. The printer like said, these ingredients, these legendary ingredients to make the perfect stuff is here and whatever. So that's the whole entire like the reason behind why Marty was so eager to get that stuff with the help of Mario. But considering now, that the fact that Mario just up and left Marty in the prison, Mr. Puzzles broke Marty out of that prison to form a team up, like Magario said as well. Like they they formed a team up.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't think him escaping has anything to do with Mr. Puzzles. I don't think that's gonna be what's gonna happen. I think that he just escaped by himself.
I mean, what about the wheelchair though? Like, who gave him the wheelchair and the helicopter?
I mean, that can be explained by the fact that he's just rich. Right, he has an airplane business, and he's just a guy good at making money. So
my guy's a cardboard though. he's a cardboard. What's he gonna do?
I'm pretty sure he's just an epic businessman. That's one of his biggest traits, and so he just bought all that himself. That's just his own stuff he got.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I think that Mr. Puzzles is sort of like his plot failed, and he doesn't, with the meme factory thing, he didn't seem as powerful as he once was. Just because in the past, he was able to, somehow get the demon keyboard, somehow do the simulation. But then the meme factory, he's like trying to sneak into the factory all by himself. So it seems like if anything, it would be Marty who would be doing all bankrolling whatever comes next, probably not Mr. Puzzles.
Possibly. Yeah. Well, it's just the thing is like. Marty doesn't do anything like movement or whatever normally because he's a cardboard. So, like that's why we think that it's like that Puzzles comes in and is like, yo, you're after the same person because it ties in.
I think it will be Puzzles who organises
all that stuff,
leader or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, also, were you gonna say something? Wait. Oh, sorry, you go first.
Yeah, like, here's an interesting question. Who's the guy on the phone in that last?
I don't think that's gonna.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
It's just some sort of like Half-Life character model. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think that guy's important at all.
Yeah.
I think it's just a plot device basically.
Yeah. It's just to insert the thing there. It's not going to be an actual person.
Speaking about that. And something I haven't talked about in any of my videos is I wonder if Karen is going to be important to What VR. So obviously she had this she had this the episode was focused on her and her past. So I'm wondering, is that actually going to lead to something? Assuming this is like the start of what's going to happen.
She did say I owe you one. So.
Yeah.
So, wondering, and they could easily expand on because the most obvious thing to do with her character is to explain, sort of go into who the father of her kids are. That would be the obvious thing to do. But I do wonder if she'll be important, if it'll be an arc focus on her, or she'll have an important role, and more of her lore, her backstory, be explained more.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping they bring back Risk. If they're going to bring back a bunch of villains, like I suggested, Risk should definitely be one of them. I'm surprised she hasn't been brought into the main series at all. They brought Aziz, whatever is his name, but not Risk. It just seems a bit weird. She seems like with a cool character that's not using for no reason.
Like Magario said, with the fact that Karen said she owes them one, this I feel like is just going to be like some massive it doesn't feel like a massive word right there and then, but at the same time it's just like because of how close Watfy is really, like it's 2 months away, realistically around 2 months. It's like the fact when she says, "Oh, I owe you one," and the fact she got a whole entire episode devoted just to her, and it goes into it. It's like the entrance of her backstory. It's that, and apparently she was some assassinator or something like that. Assassin, man. God Lord. I'm stuttering with my this is why I always record my stuff with scripts, but yeah. I definitely feel just because she said that she owes them one because of all their stuff of protecting the kids and stuff, she could potentially take like a bullet or something and like in the assist of fighting against the characters and stuff. I feel like she'll obviously die. I don't
think so. I think she's one of those characters who won't be killed off. She doesn't strike me as a character they'd kill off. I don't know how to explain it. It's just she doesn't, she doesn't strike me as a character they'd kill.
I mean, look how they did Niles. Like, Niles only came in for like 6 or 7 episodes, a whole entire character model, and just they got rid of him.
Yeah, but Niles, he's different because he was specifically brought in to be Zero and to die eventually.
Yeah.
Also, he wasn't. Karen's been featured prominently compared to Niles, and she's literally in the intro. She's in. She's on the banner. Is she on the banner? No, she's not at the moment. She was in the old one. but she's just a more like. Also, she's not. I mean, she's not as much of a serious character. Like, she's a serious character, but like not like a serious character.
Yeah.
They're never. I don't know how to explain it, but I do not think she'll get killed. In fact, I don't think they're going to kill off any significant characters for a long time yet. I think they're maybe a bit scared to do that after Axel.
Yeah. People are still hurt by that.
So I think they're just going to kill off like characters they introduced specifically for one story, like Niles, or they'll kill off like some minor side character, or some sort of character that isn't too important.
Better not be Swagger Chris.
It wouldn't be them. They would never. They wouldn't kill off joke characters. Definitely not joke characters. They wouldn't do that. If they killed off anyone, it'd probably be Marty.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Or the thing I thought they were going to do in 2023 was at the end of What If 2023, I thought they'd bring Marty like to life, like he'd like pop out of the cardboard and they'd give him like a model, and wonder, well, maybe this will be the time they do it. They've already given him a voice, so they're sort of getting closer to bringing him to life. Because Marty is obviously what, if they ever did get DMCA, that's obviously what Mario would become. So having a model for that would make sense.
Yeah, like Marty, like it's normally the villains that die, like Ren or whatever. Not really the protagonists, like Melanie.
That's what usually happens in the stories.
Well, not Melanie, Axel or Guesty. But I feel like they won't kill a protagonist off, and Marty's just gonna be the villain who might get killed off. In terms of like Karen, I think she's just gonna get like an epic like backstory and that, but in a major role, but not really a near-death experience or something.
Well, they might do the near-death thing. They like doing that.
God damn it, they did it for Luigi, man. I was sitting there shocked.
Actually, yeah, that was all quite shocking at first. Before the reveal.
God,
they did that. That seems actually pretty good. Like, I mean, obviously. This is not a puzzle fishing review. We should not get off topic. Actually. Oh wait, do you guys think it will be? Because obviously, What for 2023 it broke tradition by not being, challenges. It was
community challenge, like a community gathering kind of thing. So it's like you do this and you do that and you vote on this and vote on that.
They choose, or like, what do you guys
choose your
path to challenges, or do you think they'll do What for 2023 again, or do you think they'll come up with some new thing?
There's no way they're gonna do the voting thing again. They might do the challenges, or they might do something interesting, like another thing.
I'm hoping they do something interesting.
So What If 2023 felt more like a movie, like compared to the other What Ifs before it.
Yeah.
Like that felt more like because it was pre-planned. They wrote those options beforehand all themselves. So they were to weave it all cohesively into one story. So I'm wondering if they're going to do something different to challenges again, because they want to keep that sort of more like a. Because the problem with Arc What If is that, it's a tone breaker. What If 2021 especially, you go from serious intro to challenges.
Yeah.
Like light-hearted challenges.
That was such a letdown, though.
That wasn't a letdown.
I mean,
2021, the challenges were funny. It's just.
Yeah, but.
It's a tonal, break. That's why they ended the saga with a movie in the next year.
Yes.
It's more fitting, more climatic, more of a, just a more, tonally consistent way to end things.
Mm-hmm. It's just.
If it were to be like, if it were to be challenges, then it actually would make sense if it were to be Mr. Puzzle's going like, alright, you viewers are going to do the challenges. Are going to make the challenges.
Could work. That could actually be what they could do.
It could, but considering how the website did go, like obviously the stars were rigged and everything in the first place.
Can we discuss the website? So it was dormant for months, and then randomly out of the blue, they fixed. It seems like they fixed the image. So
Yeah.
it seems like it was supposed to be a GIF, and then if I go on it, they broke it.
They broke it again.
It's now just an image again.
Yeah, it used to be called.
Now, the reason I can guess that happened is because they are planning on using it again.
Yes.
And so they thought, oh, we'll fix this, but then they broke it again or something. Like, there's the only reason they would touch that website again, because they wouldn't just manually go on it, fix it, and then break it. They're clearly going to do something with it. At least that's what I'd be surprised if it went unused.
Yeah, it's just odd because it required an entire different thing. Like the file name or something was like now airing _7.easy gif or whatever, but it wouldn't be animating or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like you said, it just updated randomly. I checked on stream and it sure enough was animated and stuff, and it was an entire different file. So they literally went out their way to go onto the website to change it, and then they've changed it back again. Like, was it using too much data or what? Because it's just I don't know. It's just
Must also be costing them to keep it up, right? I mean, I don't know how websites work, but like, assuming you have to pay to have someone to have a website up.
Yeah, like a server or something.
Yeah, so like that, they wouldn't just leave it up all the time without using it again, I think.
Yeah, it would have like should have like gone down like a month or 2 months afterwards, but they've kept it up, and then they just decided to go on animate and then change it to an animation, which will use more bandwidth because it's a GIF. It's not like it's just still image. I guess the reason why they use the still image is because it just doesn't use as much bandwidth, obviously. But
I don't see how much bandwidth he uses would affect like anything.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not a website coder guy. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I feel like it would just be about bandwidth and stuff with like the users accessing the server. Like it goes over its kind of limit that they've set it to or whatever, because obviously all the events and stuff's gone down now, and you know they had it up on like a high priority state, and then now that's over, they put it on a low priority state. So I don't know how to describe it, but it's just odd to why they did tamper with it, like why they decided to add it in and then they decided to completely remove it and then change it back to the old one as if it was using too much data. Is like that? I think that's the only guess I have.
I think we should before we move on, something I forgot about, because I think they forgot about, is Clench.
Yeah.
And the door.
Clench.
So remember Clench, guys? Remember that character they introduced who they forgot about because of the television, and then they brought back very briefly, and then they also then forgot about him before. It's like, what's the point? Like, you know, the problem is like the way they introduced him, and like, you know, it didn't feel like they introduced some, you know, new side character like Professor. Like, I mean, so okay, that's a bad example because everyone thought there'd be a clown arc. Reader, like, you know, he was introduced and no one thought something big was going to happen with him. And so if that was what they were playing for Clench, then well, one, why are they using them so frequently, and two, you know, why they introduced him the way they introduced him? They made him seem more important than he seemingly is, actually, because I think he is just a side character they introduced. The blue. I think that's what he is, but you know, I don't know, because I don't use him at all, so it seems kind of pointless. Because he's only been like 4 videos, and so, you know, I mean, the way they did it was so confusing, like, because they introduced him right before Post-Vision, and then he's in the No TV episode where he acts suspiciously, but then that leads nowhere, nothing happens. It's like, what were they thinking?
I don't get it. They just really left him.
I suppose it's just the bad timing. It's either the bad timing or it's just poor
but bad timing. They should have introduced him afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And another thing as well.
He was, but the way they wrote him in the No TV episode, like, that was weird. Like, you did think something would happen.
Yes.
His tab is down, and it's so confusing because he seems to hide himself, but not hide himself at the same time. Like, the only character he seemingly hidden himself from is SMG4. He's revealed himself to every other character. So, but why is he hiding? But that's weird. Why SMG4? So it just seems like he's hiding for no real reason. I don't guess it's so confused. It's so confusing. I don't think they've really thought it through at all. Anyway, moving on. The other thing is the door, and I think that surely that will be, finally revealed. I'd think in the Wattfy arc, because like then it's been a year since it's been introduced, and like surely they're going to release the map eventually. Like it can't be that like a year or so, just a little over a year after it was introduced. I'd think that would be reasonable to release it. So surely they're not going to leave the door for until 2025, right? There's no way they'd do that.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that.
I don't know what would be behind it though, because I have no clue. They haven't really, done any
There is nothing about it. They're
there's
literally
nothing about it. They've done nothing with it since. You can see it like in some shots quite clearly.
Yeah.
Multiple episodes since it was introduced, but there's been no hints as to what is behind it, and so. But I would think it would. I find it really hard to believe it would be left until 2025. I think that'd be weird. So, I don't know how it will factor in, but I think it probably will factor in somehow. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with one of the wildest things out there. It could be another puzzles. It could be another puzzles control room. But no, honestly, yeah. The only time it was really literally was just glossed over. Luigi just goes out there and is like, "Oh, what's in there? Oh, we don't talk about that room." That's it. That's the only thing you have about that door, and that's it. And it's just blocked off for the rest of the time.
Well, I think this is the part where I talk about my amazing SMG4 creative control theory, which basically states that SMG4 and Mr. Puzzles are fighting for, more stars to, get creative control of the universe.
They could bring that. They did bring that back very, very briefly in Refactory, but I don't know. They didn't think that through, that lore thing, through it all, and so I don't think they're going to bring it back. I'd be surprised, to be honest. Although, to be fair, I was very surprised and very, pleasantly surprised when they actually solved the question about what happened after Wattfy 2023, and how Mario escaped and where Marty was. I'm actually very shocked that they actually,
went back
did
to it.
something with that.
Yeah.
And they went back to it a year later. I was not expecting that, and I was actually very pleased. That's very, I don't know, that's definitely one of my favourite episodes this year, hands down, just because it was just so good. They solved the lore issue that was a year old and I thought never had to be fixed. They reintroduced Marty, and they did something interesting with his reintroduction. They gave him a voice, they gave him a new move.
Yeah,
He's gonna come back. They developed Karen's lore. They focused obviously on more side characters and character dynamics. That was just such a good episode. And you know what's going to happen? Remember the Death Row video with Melanie and how good that was? I'm reckon it's going to be like that, but it's going to be no other video for a while that's as good as that. It's just going to be a one-off for a while, because I don't have much faith in the writers, to be honest. So maybe even if it's a good sign. But that's what I thought with the Death Row video, and that didn't really change much.
Sticking on to Magario's kind of creative control thing for the stars and stuff. I wanted to kind of talk about the star ratings themselves, because right now, as we are speaking, Puzzles is sitting at around 2.5 stars again. He was originally sitting at, I think, after the Puzzle Vision saga thing, all that stuff, and he lost all his stars. He didn't lose all of it, obviously, because people were theorizing and stuff, and he had I think 0.5 left or whatever, and
he had one left, which was trapped.
Yeah, and in Meme Factory, you can see it is
you can see it goes from 1 to 2.
Yeah, and so he gains more power in a way. You can kind of see him do a little bit more trickery, I guess, or some, or like he can manage to fight off SMG4 a bit more, not obviously to the full extent, but you know, he can do some stuff with 2 stars. And so obviously I had people, you know, like, you know, do theories and stuff saying like 5 stars is where he can mind control people, or you know, that kind of thing.